Hello everyone, welcome to this course on using financial concepts for project management. So, before we dive deep into the course, let me just give you a small heads up what this course is going to cover. Now, as we progress throughout the course, you'll come to know that how financial concepts are important for any project, irrespective of the field you're operating. You may be a marketing project, it may be an IT project, developing in apps, web application, anything, any XYZ projects in hand. You'll understand there is always a financial implication involved in the project. And as a project manager, as a project lead, it's important for you. Forget about being a project manager or project lead. Even if you're a team member, it's important for you to understand the implication of the financial concept so that what benefits can you derive from that? We're going to be discussing in a couple of minutes. Before we go ahead, let me tell you what concepts we're going to cover throughout this lecture, throughout this course. The first itself is going to be introduction to financial concepts. Now, if you are from a financial background, you can just briefly run through this whole lesson, you can say, in a way, because it just gives you a basic insight as to the various financial statement components, various use of those components, what is their purpose, and so on. But if you are from a non-financial background, I highly recommend this lecture for you because this gives you an introduction, a quick glimpse into the world of finance, you can say that way. Next, we're going to be seeing forecasting. Basically, how do you forecast? How do you present your various scenarios, what if scenarios, and derive at the financial outcomes for that? Next, we're going to be seeing budgeting and variance analysis. So once you have forecasted and decided on a particular course of action, a particular project to be pursued, and once you proceed with that, you obviously got to keep a track of what was the budgeted revenues cost you had decided for that project and what's actually happening, and the variance that has to be analyzed. Where are things moving as expected? Are they moving in a positive direction? Are they moving in a negative direction? And whatnot. Next, we're going to see ROI and cash flow. This is the most important thing for any project, guys. Mark my words. ROI basically is return on investment. The whole world of finance and analysis revolves around this concept, ROI. And next is going to be cash flow. The cash flow is one of the most important asset, or you can say one of the most important statement of financial statement, which is required by entity, because irrespective of the fact whatever profits are there, if you do not have a positive cash flow, you're going to be screwed later then or earlier stage, depending on how much cash you have in your bank. Next is going to be performance management. What are the various techniques by which you manage the performance, you measure the performance of various projects? How do you manage their performance? How do you improve their performances, and so on? And lastly, we're going to be seeing different methods of project evaluation. What are the different methods on the basis of which you evaluate a project, which is to be taken up, which is to be dropped off? What's the benefit of taking one? What's the benefit of dropping other, and so on? Because understand this thing, organization is always constrained on two things: time and resources, for sure. Everyone wants to get the maximum output achieved in the minimum amount of time with the minimum spending of resources. For that, this different methods of project evaluation are a crucial thing to be understood. Okay, with this background in mind, we'll move ahead and we'll start with the introduction to financial concepts.